Let me tell you something weird. I didn't set out to care about data centers. Like most people, I thought they were boring. Warehouses full of blinking lights somewhere in the desert. Necessary? Sure. But interesting? Not really. I was wrong. Because once you start pulling the thread on AI, on how it works, how it scales, what it needs, you hit one truth that no one likes to talk about. The cloud is not magic, it's physical, and it has limits, massive ones. All this talk about artificial intelligence, generative models, synthetic thinking, none of it runs on imagination. It runs on infrastructure, steel, silicon, copper, and a shitload of electricity. And suddenly that boring warehouse, it becomes the most important building on the planet. That's why I make these videos. Because the real story of AI isn't just about models or capabilities. It's about where the power goes, who gets to use it, who controls it, and what happens when we run out. Most people see ChatGPT or Midjourney or some AI co-pilot demo and think, wow, that's amazing. But they don't ask the next question. Where does it live? Who owns the compute? Who's paying the power bill? What happens when the training cluster needs more juice than the local grid can deliver? What happens when the next AI model wants 100 times that? That's the story I'm following. That's the reason I started pulling on this thread and why I haven't let go. Because the deeper you go into the world of data centers, the more you realize this isn't just back-end plumbing. This is the new nervous system of civilization, and no one's watching it closely enough. We're putting everything in the cloud. Our work, our art, our money, our memories. Hell, soon it'll be our laws and our elections too. But the cloud isn't yours. It's not neutral. It's not infinite. It's not even safe. It's built by a handful of companies, powered by an overstrained grid, dependent on rare minerals, global logistics, and unstable politics. And now it's being consumed by AI workloads that grow faster than anything we've seen in modern computing. That's not just technical debt, that's civilizational risk. And still, almost nobody talks about it. They talk about prompting, about model alignment, about startup valuations. Meanwhile, there's a 150 megawatt GPU cluster melting the grid in the Phoenix, and nobody notices until the substation blows. So yeah, I could have made a channel about AI features, or prompt engineering, or VC hype, but I chose this. I chose to talk about the cooling systems, the land grabs, the bottlenecks, the silent race to build faster than regulators can blink, the servers that are being launched into orbit because we literally ran out of space and power on Earth, because I think this is where the real action is. This is where the future gets made or delayed. This is where AI either breaks through or breaks down. And if we don't understand the systems underneath it all, then we don't really understand AI at all. So that's why I make videos about data centers. Not because they're cool, because they're essential, because they're vulnerable, and because they might just be the most important thing nobody's paying attention to. Let me ask you something. If the cloud disappeared tomorrow, if the compute dried up, the power shut off, the racks went dark, what would your world look like? What would still work? And what would collapse? Really think about it, because the cloud might be invisible, but your life is already running on it.